sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so welcome everyone to another deep dive.
Yeah.
You know, we love to just take some really interesting stuff happening in media and entertainment and really break it down with an expert.
Exactly. Yeah.
So today we're going to be looking at this wild WWE Netflix debut, right?
Yeah. First time ever, right?
First time ever. This is like a landmark kind of thing.
Huge.
Yeah, and we've got this Bleacher Report article that really breaks down all the major highlights.
Yeah. Tons of stuff happened.
So much happened.
Yeah.
And for our listeners out there who, are really into media and entertainment, I think this is going to be really fascinating because some of the stuff that happened is
Unbelievable, right?
pretty unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple celebrity appearances too.
For sure.
Which is always fun.
Yeah. Always a surprise.
Always a surprise. Yeah. So, this is a big deal, right?
Yeah. This is huge for WWE. First time on Netflix. It's a whole new audience they're trying to reach.
Reaching a new audience.
It could totally change things up.
Yeah, and they went all out for this. They set a new record for the biggest arena gate in WWE history at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles.
Yeah. They pulled out all the stops. It seems like all the big names were there. The Rock, John Cena, Hulk Hogan.
Okay, so let's talk about The Rock.
Yeah.
His return was electric.
Oh, yeah. The crowd went nuts.
But his promo was a little different this time, right?
It was a little strange. Yeah, I'm so used to seeing him, as the final boss, kind of.
Right.
But he was thanking everyone Netflix, Cody Rhodes, even Roman Reigns.
He thanked Roman Reigns.
It was wild.
So what's going on there?
That's the big question, right? Is The Rock turning over a new leaf? Or is this all part of some bigger plan to solidify Roman Reigns as the tribal chief?
Okay, so explain this to me because I know Roman Reigns is the head of the table.
Yeah, so the tribal chief is a really important title in Samoan wrestling history. You know, it represents the head of the family, the most dominant wrestler in the bloodline. So when The Rock acknowledges Reigns like that,
Right.
it just adds so many layers to their rivalry.
It's complicated.
It is, yeah. And then The Rock goes and does something even more unexpected after that crazy tribal combat match between Reigns and Solo Sikoa. He places the ulafala around Reigns' neck.
What's the ulafala?
Oh, it's a traditional Samoan line that represents leadership.
Okay.
So it's he's knighting his successor,
Oh, yeah.
which just throws even more fuel on the fire of their rivalry.
So you've got this tribal combat match, which already sounds intense, and then you've got all this family drama happening.
Oh, yeah. Tribal combat is all about that. It's not just about winning a title. It's about dominance within the family. And then you've got the Usos, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, even Cody Rhodes getting involved.
It's a whole family affair.
Absolutely. It was chaos, but in the best way possible.
Wow. Okay, so we've got The Rock's return, which is already a lot to process, but then we also have the return of John Cena.
Yeah. Talk about a legend.
Another huge name. He's back, and he's aiming for a record-breaking 17th world title by entering the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Which is incredible in itself. But what I found really interesting was how open he was about his recent losing streak. He's not shying away from it. He's embracing the underdog role.
Yeah, he was very honest about it.
It makes him even more relatable. He's not afraid to show his vulnerability. I think that's what really connects with the fans.
It's like he's saying even the greatest of all time can face setbacks.
Exactly. It's a really powerful message.
So speaking of compelling storylines, we have to talk about the Women's World Championship match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
Oh, man, this one was a long time coming.
Over a year in the making.
Their rivalry has been so intense, and the match definitely lived up to the hype.
What really stood out to me was the clean finish. You don't see that very often in WWE these days.
No, you don't. And I think that's what made it so special. It really showcased both Ripley's dominance and Morgan's resilience.
Yeah, it felt like a true test of strength and skill.
Absolutely. And then to top it all off, you've got The Undertaker making a surprise appearance with Ripley after her victory.
Talk about an entrance.
It was incredible, right? What does this mean? Is he going to be her mentor?
Yeah.
Is this a new alliance? It just opens up so many possibilities.
And The Undertaker just has this aura about him,
Oh, absolutely. He brings this whole other level of intensity and intrigue.
Because that was a really interesting match. And then we also have Jey Uso pulling off a surprise victory over Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, this one was a shocker for sure.
I mean, they have a history, right?
Oh, yeah. Tons of bad blood between those two, especially after Uso cost McIntyre the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at Clash at the Castle.
That was brutal.
Oh, yeah. So seeing Uso get the win here was definitely a twist.
It adds a whole new chapter to their rivalry.
It does. And what's interesting, too, is the whole atmosphere of this match was different.
How so?
Like, you could hear the uncensored fan reactions, and even Travis Scott was there hanging out with Uso.
Really?
Yeah, it felt like WWE was really using this Netflix platform to push the boundaries a little bit. You know, maybe appeal to a more mature audience.
Interesting.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a glimpse into a new era for WWE.
Yeah, it's like they're testing the waters, seeing what they can get away with.
Exactly, and the fans are eating it up.
Okay, so speaking of pushing boundaries, we have to talk about the main event. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Oh, man. This was the match everyone was waiting for.
It was electric.
The energy in that arena was insane, and those two, they just went at it.
They did not hold back.
No, they used each other's signature moves. The near falls were incredible. I thought for sure Rollins had it at one point.
I too. The crowd's going crazy, and then bam, Punk hits him with not one but two go to sleeps for the win.
Decisive victory.
Yeah, no question about it. What do you think this means for their rivalry, though?
Well, I think it puts Punk firmly on top for now, but, you know, Seth Rollins, he's not one to back down easily.
Oh, he's definitely got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he's going to be coming back for revenge, I guarantee it.
So this rivalry is far from over.
Oh, yeah, this is just the beginning.
Okay, so we've talked about some of the individual matches, but I have to say this whole event just felt different.
Yeah, it felt like a major step up for WWE.
It felt like a premium live event. You know, the production quality was amazing, the storylines were compelling, and the audience was so engaged.
WWE knew they had to bring their A game for Netflix.
They did, and they delivered from Triple H's opening Welcome to Punk's victory in the main event. It was a showcase of everything WWE does best.
It's like they were saying, this is what we're capable of.
Exactly, and they weren't afraid to take some risks either.
Oh, yeah. There were definitely some eyebrow-raising moments.
Like Logan Paul announcing that he's now all in on WWE.
Yeah, is that for real or is it just another publicity stunt?
I mean, he's had some decent matches so far.
He's not a bad wrestler. Actually, he's athletic. He picks things up quickly.
Yeah, maybe he's the real deal.
We'll have to wait and see.
And then there was Hulk Hogan's appearance.
Yeah, the crowd's reaction was mixed, to say the least.
It's interesting.
Hulk Hogan is a legend, but he's also a controversial figure.
Times have changed.
Definitely. And I think WWE is trying to find that balance between honoring their history and acknowledging that certain things are no longer acceptable.
It's a tough line to walk.
It is, but they're trying.
And we can't forget about the uncensored fan reactions.
Oh, yeah, there was some colorful language in there.
That's definitely not something you hear on regular WWE programming.
Nope. It seems like Netflix is giving them more freedom to experiment with edgier content.
Which is interesting. You know, maybe that's what they need to attract a wider audience.
Maybe so.
So we've covered a lot of ground, epic matches, surprise appearances, and some really interesting insights into the future of WWE. What are your final thoughts on this landmark event?
It was a huge success for WWE. They showed the world what they're capable of, and they proved that they can adapt and evolve.
Yeah, they're not just stuck in the past.
Exactly. They're looking to the future, and it's an exciting time to be a WWE fan. It's really going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, like what does this mean for the future of wrestling?
Right? Will we see other wrestling companies try to get in on this streaming action?
Ooh, good point.
Yeah, what about collaborations with other Netflix shows? I mean, the possibilities are endless.
My mind is blown right now.
It's a whole new world.
So if you're listening to this and you want to dive even deeper into all this craziness, we highly recommend checking out that Bleacher Report article.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's got all the juicy details.
Match breakdowns, behind-the-scenes stuff, and even some awesome photos.
Yeah, they really went all out with the coverage.
So that about wraps up our deep dive into WWE's wild ride on Netflix.
Wild is right.
We've seen shocking results, surprise appearances, and a whole lot of questions about the future of WWE.
It's a brave new world for them.
Yeah, they're stepping into uncharted territory, and it's going to be really interesting to see where they go from here.
Definitely a turning point for sure.
So until next time, keep your eyes peeled for those unexpected twists and turns, because in the world of professional wrestling, you never know what's going to happen next.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, exactly. The unpredictability keeps us coming back for more.
For sure. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And a big thanks to our expert for breaking it all down for us.
Anytime, always a pleasure to talk WWE.
All right, everyone. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of professional wrestling.
We'll see you then.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till